All right, so let's go ahead and talk about dressing down when you are carrying concealed. What you wear makes a difference. Okay, and let's face it, when you're carrying concealed, sometimes it just isn't that comfortable, right? But one thing that we do want to do is make sure that when we do carry, right, we want to make sure that we're able to draw cleanly, God forbid if we ever have to. That being said, you could be wearing a jacket, you could be wearing a t-shirt like I'm wearing, or it could be something else, like maybe like a long shirt, right? Or a button-down shirt or whatever it is. I tend to wear all of my shirts untucked, so I have to pull no matter what, right? But the thing is, no matter how you dress, you want to make sure you can pull that firearm if you ever need to, cleanly, efficiently, and on target, right? So what do I do when I go out right before I go out? No matter what I'm wearing, I do 10 pulls, right? So I do 10 holster draws, right, to presentation, reholster, then do it again, right? If I screw up, right, let's say if I do four perfect ones and I screw up on the fifth one, well, now I'm back to one again, right? And I do it all over again. So I want to make sure I'm efficient, again, with no matter what I'm wearing. The color that I wear, right? Because I mentioned in my other videos that I'm built a little bit differently because of my powerlifting, because of my bodybuilding, so on and so forth, right? My weapon sits a little bit different. So I sit a little bit angled, right? When I come out, okay? And so when I come out, it's actually easier for me to pull, right? Because I can get down in there, pull, and come out the presentation, right? Some people, they carry, they have flat stomachs, and that's great. Sometimes I wish I did, but after 50 years of training, that's just the way it's going to be. That being said, I wear darker clothes. Because I wear darker clothes, it helps me. It actually appears to be printing less. You can't really see that I'm carrying a weapon, right? If I'm wearing lighter clothes, well, it's a little bit of a different story, right? Then you could see the print. So in my case, or in anybody's case, that makes a difference. Okay, darker clothes. I usually wear darker clothes because I don't want to have anybody notice that I'm printing, even if even if it appears that I'm not. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so what do I do right before I leave the house? Right, I give myself a few minutes, look in the mirror, and I do 10 perfect draws. Right, and it's one, reholster, two, reholster, three, reholster, four, five, and so on. 10 perfect draws.